Let's be real. Trying to navigate the modern job market can feel, well, impossible, right? But what if the single biggest thing holding you back isn't the economy or all the competition? What if it's something you actually have complete control over? Does this sound familiar? I mean, you see stuff like this everywhere online. There's this feeling that the whole system is rigged, that it's totally hopeless, and that no matter what you do, you're just waiting for that next rejection email. It's a really frustrating and demoralizing story to hear over and over again. So, this is the core idea we're going to dig into today. Let's just, for a second, forget everything you think you know about the cooked job market. We're going to look at how a simple shift in your own mindset might just be the key that unlocks everything for you. First up, let's just tackle this idea of the cooked job market head-on. Is it really as bad as social media makes it out to be, or does the actual data tell a completely different story? Okay, let's start with just one number, 4.2%. According to the source material, that's the unemployment rate in the US. Now, to put that into perspective, for every 100 people in the workforce, that means 96 of them have a job. That reality is wildly different from the picture you see painted online. So, what's causing that disconnect? Well, this brings us to this fascinating concept called the unemployed internet theory. And the idea is actually pretty simple. The people who have a ton of time to be online, posting about how bad the job market is, are, well, usually the people who don't have jobs. Your feed isn't a reflection of reality. It's a highly curated echo chamber of a very specific group of people. I mean, think about it. Who's creating the vast majority of the content you're seeing all day? It's not typically someone working a 9 to 5. They're, busy working. Believing everyone is unemployed based on your social media feed is kind of like going to a pizza place and being shocked that everyone there really loves pizza. You're just looking at a biased sample. Now, look, acknowledging this isn't to say that finding a job is easy or that there aren't real challenges out there. Of course there are. But the whole point is to focus your energy on what you can actually influence. And that external stuff we see online, it creates a really powerful internal reality. Which brings us to maybe the most powerful force in your entire job search, the self-fulfilling prophecy. This right here is the crucial point. The beliefs you hold about your own chances, they directly shape your actions, and in the end, they shape your results. If you predict you're gonna fail, your brain will subconsciously find ways to make that prediction a reality. But here's the amazing part. The reverse is also true. Just look at these two paths, side by side. On the left, you've got the negative cycle. You complain, you believe it's impossible, so you kind of stop trying as hard, which leads to failure, and that just reinforces your original belief. But look at the right. If you start with the belief that you can succeed, that motivates you to try harder, to learn more, and to apply with a confidence that hiring managers can literally feel. Your belief creates the outcome. So, how do we actually put this into action? It all starts right here. Before you even touch your resume or send a single networking email, you have to do this one thing. You have to fundamentally decide that if you put in the effort, you will win. And this isn't about some cheesy affirmation poster on your wall. It's about tactical reframing. You have to catch that negative self-talk. The second you hear yourself think, I'm not smart enough, you actively replace it with, I can learn what's needed. Instead of, they'll just reject me, you gotta ask yourself, yeah, but what if they say yes? This simple change in your internal dialogue, it's the engine for everything else that follows. Okay, so once your mindset is locked in, it's time for the work. This is where you turn that belief into actual evidence by becoming the kind of candidate that companies just can't ignore. And here's the really great news. Building your skills is more accessible now than it has ever been. We're talking free courses on YouTube, online certifications, even just grabbing books from your local library. You can build a personal project to show off what you can do or create a simple portfolio website. You don't need a 4-year degree to start building valuable skills, and you can literally start today. And let's just demystify the word networking for a second. It's not some scary corporate game. It's just talking to people. A coffee chat, a 30-minute Zoom call. It's all about building a genuine human connection. Learn from their experience. And if you can, offer to help them out too. It's a two-way street. And it is so much more powerful than just being a random name on a pile of resumes. All right, you've got the mindset, you're building the skills. Now for the final piece of the puzzle, the actual strategy for applying to jobs in a way that gets results without completely burning you out. This is your tactical playbook. First, apply fast. A lot of companies review applications as they come in, so being early is a huge advantage. Second, apply often. This isn't about waiting for the perfect job, it's about building momentum. Third, use a simple, clean resume. Let your experience, not the fancy formatting, be the star. And finally, make sure you add keywords from the job description to get past those automated screening bots. Now, for the actual content of your resume, I want you to remember this formula. It's gold. Don't just list your duties, frame everything as an accomplishment. You have to ask yourself, what did I do? How did I do it? And most importantly, how did the company benefit from what I did? And that means you have to quantify your impact whenever you possibly can. So instead of saying you managed social media, you'd say you grew social media engagement by 35% in 6 months. See the difference? Numbers, percentages, dollar signs. That's the language of business. It makes your contributions feel real and super impressive. You know, in the end, it really all comes down to this. The job search is a numbers game, for sure, but it's also a test of your own resilience. Every rejection, it's just a data point. It is not a reflection of your worth. You just have to keep going, keep improving, and keep believing, because eventually, someone will say yes. So I'll leave you with this question. Forget the market for a second. Forget the competition. What is the one limiting belief you've been telling yourself about your own potential? And what new, more powerful belief are you ready to replace it with starting right now?